It gives you the present tense, and it has hawa.
Right, hawa for present tense. And when you go down, it says am or is. So when it says Yahweh, let's look at it again. When it says Yah, standing for he, the Hawa means is or present. He is. Okay, that's his name. Yahweh. Okay, it's not you hey, wav hey. There's no vowels, as we proved. We proved it. That's not his name. Neither his name is his name. His name is not Yahweh. Yahweh or Jehovah. That's not his name. Neither is his name. Let's go back to this real quick. Oh, here we go. Right. Let me go look at this real quick. Check this out. I wrote down Jehovah for you. How did the scholars come up with this name? They broke up this name into syllables. 3 syllables. Jehovah. 3 syllables. We proved there's no J in the Hebrew already. We proved there's no E because the vowels came at the end of the 8th century under the white man. Okay? Neither is there an O. There's no O. That's also came about during the end of the 8th century. So his name is not Jehovah. Okay, and there's no V because that's a Latin letter. There's no V in the Hebrew. So what did they do? The scholars kept the syllable breakup of Yahweh, the 3-syllable sound, and they simply changed the letters. They changed the Yah sound, the Y to the J, the I at the N to the E. They changed the A here, the Ah sound, the Ah sound to an O. Okay, and they changed the Wa to a Ba. Okay, now let's further prove that this is correct down here. I'm going to go to this book entitled The Concise Dictionary of English Etymology. Okay, it says The Concise Dictionary of English Etymology by Walter W. Skeet. Inside this book, we're going to go to page 225 and look up the name Jehovah. It says Jehovah, Hebrew, Yahovah, or more correctly, Yahava, God. See article on Jehovah in Dictionary of the Bible. So now, I blew up this page, okay, so let's examine the name that they have written here for Jehovah. It says Hebrew, Yahovah, or more correctly, Yahava. See, they got the first 2 characters correct. Yaha. Okay? But then they stick that V in there. Okay, V and the E again. They already made the statement that there's no E in the Hebrew, neither is there a V, because the V is a Latin letter. Okay? So when you go back to the Bible dictionary, read Jehovah. Now check this out. Read the Bible dictionary again. On what page?
This is page 270. Jehovah, the English rendering of the Hebrew tetragram. Wa, Ya, Ha, Wa. YHWH. One of the names of the Most High. Its original pronunciation is unknown.
Now that's the lie. Its original pronunciation is unknown. How do you know that's the lie? Because when we went to the Concise Dictionary of English Etymology, which is the history of the root of a word, when we looked up Jehovah there, it says Jehovah, Hebrew, Yahovah, or more correctly, Yahava. Okay, so they know the Lord's name. So then, thereby examining it, when we go look at the name Jehovah, the 3-syllable breakup, the tetragram, the Y, the H, and the W and the H is pronounced Yahweh. Now, we're going to go to another history book entitled History of the American Indians by James Adair to show you that the Native American Indians knew the name of the Most High, and they called on it. Let's go to page 50. Hold up the book for the camera so that they can see the title of the name of the book, and we're going to go to page 50. Okay? And you're going to start right here and read what I have underlined.
says that this seems to be the true Hebrew pronunciation. This is on page 50. That this seems to be the true Hebrew pronunciation of the divine essential name. Yah, Ha, Wa, and he has his name, the Yah, the Ha, the Wa, and the Ha, which is Yahweh. They have a Jehovah, which is wrong. Will appear more obvious from the sound they seem to have given their characters. The Greeks, who chiefly copied their alphabet from the Hebrew, had not Yad, but Torah.
Okay, that goes in the Greek. Right, now jump down. It says and use.
And use the consonant W instead of V.
Right. It's letting you know the consonant W was correct. And read that part again. And use the consonant.
And use the consonant W instead of V.
Right. So they used the consonant W in the name of the Lord instead of the V, because the V came in with the so-called white man. That's what it said. Read it again.
And use the consonant W.
And use the consonant W. Remember, it said that the Hebrew alphabet was consonants. Go ahead.
Instead of V.
Instead of V. So, what does this prove? That the name of the Lord is Yahweh, not Jehovah. Read on.
It says, the high importance of the subject necessarily would lead these supposed red Hebrews.
They say red Hebrews, talking about the Native American Indians, who are people of color, brown, not red. Go ahead. And let me say this concerning this book. In a preface, in the beginning, the opening, it says, published in London in 1775. Okay? So this is an old book, an ancient book. Because a lot of you run to get books that's with copyrights 1995 or something like that. And what do you get? Lies. But these old books, before they allowed blacks and Latinos in their school system, had lots of truth in it. Because they didn't figure you'd be in school reading. 1775, where were you blacks and Latinos? Getting whooped, carrying the white man around. You wasn't reading these books. Okay, so go back to that again.
And then it says, and printed in the United States in 1930 for the first time.
Right.
So now what is that showing you? America was suppressing the truth of who the North American Indians were and what language they spoke.
Right.
Because all the tribes are located here in America, so America had to suppress the truth.
Exactly. So let's go back to that about the use of the consonant W instead of V. Go ahead.
And it says,
and the use.
And the use and use the consonant W instead of V.
We use the consonant W instead of V because V is incorrect. Go ahead.
The high importance of the subject necessarily would lead these supposed red Hebrews.
And he says supposed red Hebrews because the Native American Indians, which I am one myself, we're not red. We're dark skinned, ranging from a light brown to a very dark brown. The so-called white man is the real red man. That's why we call him so-called white. Because when you really look at him, he's red. Okay, and when it says red Hebrews, it's referring to the Israelites. Read on.
When separated from other people in America to continue to repeat the favorite name of the Most High.
The favorite name of the Most High is the same name he gave to Moses. That's his favorite name, his true name. Go ahead.
And here it has Yohewah.
Right. Now this scholar put Yohewah. He put Yohe, and he put the E here, O here, and he put an E here. So they just switched it. That's what these scholars do. But in here they have the correct N. They have the Wa. Okay, so we know this is the true name of the Father. Yahweh. Okay? That's the name all of you so-called blacks and Latinos, you true Israelites, you're supposed to call on the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh. Okay? So now,